Yes, I'm Patterson Tweed, impresario and master of ceremonies at Tweed's World in Artificial Theatre. For the artificial artists, our motto is, out of my mind, onto your stage, I owe it all to my pal, the digital director, the ringmaster and #1 contributor of AI infestation and amusement, Mr. Billy Bartificial Barton.
Well, thank you kindly, Patterson. We're back. I'm back in Suno, and I'm trying to put some of the final touches on this small town kids piece I've been working on. I added a 4th verse because I hadn't added anything that spoke of the railroad track and the train that ran through. And if you got a train running through your town, you have to bring that into the story, because that was part of the story. It was the auditory part too, because you'd hear it before it got there, you'd hear it as it passed through, and you'd hear it as it went further away. And that's something everybody would remember. Everybody can tie it on. If you lived in any small town that had a railroad track, that'd be something common everybody would have. I'm going to just play some small portions of these. If this was, here's small town kids, but if it's in alligator land. Just a sample. That is a Cajun prompt, Zydeco. Here's another small example. So this song or story, it could move from state to state. In that period of time, everybody was around it. It was train tracks and sirens in your town was a common thing that everybody would have known. So here's a place where this doesn't work. Check this out. Too sophisticated for this period of time for this story, but I like it. Something else could be inserted. It's just the wrong taste for this. Now here's one that's absolutely works, and I'll be keeping. It may not be #1, but it's the real deal.
Yeah, Tommy and Mark lived across from the carnival ground. They could see everything or nothing going down. Johnny's ship was one strange cat, a very odd clown. Got so funky they had to hose him down. And Rachel with humpback hauling a turnip sack. Well, we saw a small town kids went and set up camp in our heads. Well, we heard a small town kids went and set up camp in our heads.
So that's a good one. That'll make my list. I'm gonna have a list of these from top to bottom, but that's gonna make my. Here's one.
They could see everything or nothing going down.
Now, I love that one just because of the vocal. Big red apron in front of your face. I like that one. It's kind of a. I don't want to say anything bad about it. It's just more of a. I don't know if it's a commercial or. Here's one good twang.
Tommy and Mark lived across from the carnival ground. They could see everything.
Man, that twang and that voice, I love both of them. Here's one that's... Listen to this strange lick here. Let's do that. So that had a female vocal, lighthearted, get honky, weird way. Here's one. Now this is a good viewpoint. I like this. It's a viewpoint, but it's a viewpoint from somebody, probably a criminal or a nutcase that lived. You'd have to think of a person that was. I don't know. There's a lot of characters in town, and I'm trying to think of who do I know back in that period of time who would have looked at that whole situation this way.
Tommy and Mark live across from the carnival ground. They could see everything or nothing going down. Johnny Ship was one strange cat, a very odd clown. Got so funky they had to hose him down. And Rachel with humpback all on the turnip sack. What we saw as small town kid.
Now he could definitely have been there. That's a guy that could have been there. I didn't know who he is, but I can talk to some people. I can find out who. This guy was there. This is adult contemporary. I mean, anytime that you put that in, you always get a big production is a luxurious thing. Glad horns, strings. I like it. It sounds really clean, but it doesn't work at all. The story, it doesn't. It's not it. But I like it. You'd have to write something different to work inside this. But I'll give you a taste of it.
Tommy and Mark live across from the carnival ground. They could see everything or nothing going down. Johnny Ship was one strange.
Eventually, I'll find out exactly the best way to describe that longing or big cinematic. I have to ask Gemini later. Same thing here. Really beautiful stuff, but it just doesn't work for it. And this is like a little Moose Allison thing. I love this.
Yeah. Tommy and Mark live across from the carnival ground. They could see everything and nothing going down. Johnny Ship was one strange cat, a very odd clown. Got so funky they had to hose him down. Rachel with humpback hauling a turnip sack.
I hope Mose gets a piece of this. For that sounds like him, but I like that interpretation. And I got so many. But I'm gonna have to get through the. I have to get through the winter. And here's the winter. Not said it's not winter. It's just I'm gonna keep a dozen of these and put them in a folder, or half a dozen, and put them in a folder on my channel, and you can go there and go through and listen to all the different versions. But here's my favorite, and I like it because immediately it identifies itself as lighthearted. Check this out. Thank God.
Tommy and Mark lived across from the carnival ground.
Oh, stop. I got to hear that again. Check this out. This is too much. Funny. Yeah.
Tommy and Mark lived across from the carnival ground. They could see everything or nothing going down. Johnny's ship was one strange cat, a very odd clown. Got so funky they had to hose him down. And then Rachel with humpback, hauling a turnip sack. What we saw as small town kids when set up camp in our heads. What we heard as small town kids when set up camp in our heads. Audrey and Betty lived near the Texaco. For gas and oil, the only and best place to go. Toby would grin and smile and go the extra mile. Somehow that made a difference to a child. Her riding to church on his bike, memories we all like. The train horns were heard coming and going, the clacking and rattling as they moved through town. Hauling cars full of grain going up north, empty and rattling coming back down. I'm sure as a kid this was a fact. We would flatten a penny by putting it on the track. What we saw as small town kids when set up camp in our heads. What we saw as small town kids when set up camp in our heads. The firehouse siren screaming in the middle of the night. All the hounds would join right in. Every person was now wide awake, knowing it would stop, but not when. Every mother whose kids weren't home was now anxious and worrying. We had seen the wrecks before, curious as kids, not really understanding the tragedy of it. What we saw as small town kids when set up camp in our heads. What we heard as small town kids when set up camp in our heads.
There you go. There you go. Now I gotta go find people to sing these songs. I'm gonna do about 6 of them, because that's where the cost comes in, putting the two together. But anyway, I hope you like this. I'm gonna continue, and I'm getting there. Like, share, and subscribe.